So, as I mentioned, I'm Jennifer St. Clair. I'm serving my 6th year as the Executive Director for Hopkins Education Foundation. Prior to that, I served on the board, so it was a really nice segue to move from a board role to a paid role, basically. It's a nonprofit. I only work part-time, but everything we do at Hopkins Education Foundation is for the school district. We are our own separate entity. We have our own staff, we have our own payroll, we have our own board of directors, but we work on behalf of the school district, and we partner with them and get their input all the time, because it would be silly for us to do something over here and the district's doing it over there and we're not combining our thoughts together and making sure we're moving forward together. So we work alongside of them very well. The principals, the staff at the level, at the higher level, and so forth too. So Hopkins Education Foundation started in 1995, so we're starting into our 24th year now. In that time, we have awarded 430 grants, totaling $2.7 million. So we just finished a grant cycle. And I wanted to share, before I got into the grant cycle, a little bit how that impacts you, because sometimes as younger families, you know, I can start talking the big picture, but you're probably wondering, how does that impact Meadowbrook, and what have we done for Meadowbrook lately at the foundation? So first of all, we have a board of directors. There are 23 members on our board. They're all parents in the district, or they've graduated out, but very active, creative, committed board of directors. Quite a few have come and are currently from Meadowbrook. We have Travis Smith. Does anybody know Travis Smith?
Yeah. Karen Sherman's husband.
Kristen O'Shea, she's a board member. Jennifer Label is a past board member. Amy Roberts is a past board member. I made my little note here, just Mike Glover, Jeelan Heidelberg. So we've had a lot of people come through Meadowbrook, which is always great, because we like to have the different schools serve on our board. It just gives us a great, you know, view of what's happening at the independent schools and what we can do to help the schools. So grants that we have funded, we didn't award any grants this past week when we've been awarding our fall cycle grants, but in the past, we recently did in 2016-17 the Bakken Museum STEM residency, which Sarah Gleason actually was a grant applicant, where Bakken came in and did a residency for, what grade was that, Sarah? Was it?
It was the entire 3rd grade, and the 2nd grade came to the event.
To observe, yeah. So it was really neat. It was a big event that was held in the gym, and that was kind of fun. We've done, for the kindergarten families, not this year, but in the past 3 years, we've had Trudy Monet from Stages Theater come in and work with the small students and helping them to express themselves both verbally and non-verbally. That was a great 3-year residency that she came in. We've also done the giant maps. I'm not sure they've made it to the school yet, but they're a room-sized map that kids can actually sit on top of the world and learn all sorts of things about history, and geography, and science, and measurement, and math, and it's just really a lot of fun and engaging. We've also redid your whole library at one point. It's been a couple of years now, but each year we took 2 grades and we updated all the different libraries in the district with new books. So again, it was a couple of years ago, but we went K through 6 on that too, to make sure we had new reading materials.
Is there a growing system that?
Yep, that's it's on my list, but thank you. A big adventure of ours this past spring was health and wellness. We're looking at making sure that our students are healthy and well. They have food. They are, they're fed well. They come to school where they're ready to learn and they're feeling good and they know how to regulate their emotions, and kind of work with students to collaborate with other students. And one of the what Rita was mentioning was the tower gardens that we brought into the school, and they should be in the cafeteria now.
Our cafeteria can't have another inch of anything, but Angela. It's true.
Is she moving in her
Angelette's
classroom?
room, I know they're growing in Angelette's room.
Right.
Because I was in there when they were planting.
Okay, so we hired a consultant to come in and help too, Bonnie Hildy, who comes in with the school and works on the curriculum. So the students get the chance, if you don't know what a tower garden, it's about this tall. It has lights that, pockets for seeds to go into, and then these natural lights that help the product grow. It's almost like the basil and the cilantro, it's almost like a chia pet. Suddenly this white tower gets all this green on it,
and it pumps the water.
And it pumps the water through
We'll look
too.
at it on the way to the field trip.
Yeah, it's a neat thing. So we just purchased one for each of the schools so that we can concentrate on food as well there too. So those are just a couple of things that we've done, but we're always looking to do more. We raise a lot of money so we can turn around and spend it on the schools. So we hope that our staff continuously submits grant applications so we can spend our money. We have 2 cycles a year. There's the fall cycle, which I said we just wrapped up. We awarded 11 grants. We did not award one to Meadowbrook, but hopefully we'll catch you on the spring cycle, to the tune of $38,000. So those grants will all be announced on Friday in our constant contact that some of you already received and some of you are signing up for. So very exciting there. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the ways we fundraise, just because they're always fun. Things that we do are very fun, and that's the reason why the first three letters of fundraise are fun. We have the Rock and Royal event, which takes place in September. That is in downtown Hopkins on Main Street, and it's a great community building event. It's just for anyone to come. It's a very simple $10 entry fee, and we have live music. We block off the street. We have food trucks. We have adult beverages. It's 21 plus. But it's just a great way for everyone to come together and get to know each other and kind of welcome the school year. But it's also to make them aware about what the foundation does and what we're out there doing and what we hope to achieve for the coming year. So it's a really fun way to kick off the school year. We also have the typical we do give to the Max Day. We have an annual fund. Those things kind of happen behind the scenes. But we also have a gratitude gift program, which, anyone familiar with the gratitude gift program? If a parent makes a donation on behalf of a staff member, I'm going to pass these around. I'll do a little Vanna White here. If the parent makes a donation of minimum $25 on behalf of a staff member, so like around the holiday time you want to give a teacher a gift, you can make a donation to HEF, and in turn, we will come and hand deliver this cute coffee mug, 20 ounces, and it's legit, 20 ounces, I've tried it, to the staff member with a personal note from you. So it's just a great way to acknowledge our staff. There's some order forms there if you're interested. Acknowledge our staff and also help raise money for Hopkins Education Foundation. We also have the big event in February, which is our Royal Bash. This will be our 20th annual Royal Bash. 444 people attended this event last year, and it's from parents all across the district. So we have a lot of representation from Meadowbrook, Glen. Every school is basically virtually represented at this event. Super fun, a little bit more of a pricier ticket. It's $100 per person to attend. So that's kind of why we have the fun fall event, which is reasonable, and then we have a little bit higher event for those who are interested in getting dressed up on a Saturday night in February when you have absolutely nothing else to do, and joining us all to raise funds for Hopkins Education Foundation. This past year was our largest event. We raised over $300,000, which is huge, and the majority of that gets turned right back around, and that's what we fund our grants with. So it's a really exciting, fun event. The other event that we introduced last year was a Royal Family Fun Day. And I know some of you are like, well, I'm in my nucleus right now. Meadowbrook is what it's all about for me, and I completely understand that. That's how I was too. But there will be a time that you'll graduate out of Meadowbrook, and you'll have been really involved here, like you all suggested tonight with the different activities that you volunteer for. You'll suddenly go into the junior highs, and there aren't that many opportunities to volunteer or get involved. So it's a nice segue to go from elementary to the foundation, because you're doing something for the big district now. I mean, you're here at Meadowbrook, but your children will go on to North, and then they'll go on to the high school. And right now we're funding grants all over the school district. So if you're not feeling the grant impact now, you will as you go through the system. And I guarantee you, I mean, there's a whole list of grants. I would suggest you visit our website, because we list every grant by school, by curriculum, and by year. So if you're wondering, oh, Jennifer St. Clair was here, it doesn't really resonate with me right now, your children are probably enjoying something that we have funded along the way. So it's just a really exciting, we're the frosting on the cake for the district, which is it's a fun position to be in, because we want to enrich the education experience for all the students. And sometimes district budgets are confining, and so we kind of come in and able to really do some special stuff. Sarah?
I'm pretty sure you funded one of the first flexible seating ones.
Yes, we did, with Tracy Beaverson.
Tracy Beaverson,
Yep.
and that was when she was at Ellis Smith.
She was it, but then she came here.
So
Yep.
she had to leave it, but
Yep, she had to leave it.
That was like the first kind of.
But you funded our stand-up desks for 6th grade and balls for Erica Charles.
Sitting balls, yep.
Room.
Yep, we've done a lot. We did do a flexible classroom actually after we did Tracy's. And it was just interesting. We funded a table that was kind of a kidney-shaped table that allowed students to stand up and work at the table together. There were stools that you could sit at, but it was just bringing groups together because, and Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, or Greta, I mean, teachers are not just standing in the front of the classroom any longer. I mean, there's collaboration happening all over, and so these opportunities to fund flexible seating or flexible classrooms are really exciting. I go through some of the elementary schools, and there will just the other day, there were two little girls that were sitting underneath a bench in the hallway. The bench was, as such, so you would sit on the bench like this. One came in this way, one came in the other way, and they're underneath the bench working on their homework. Just finding a really unique, quiet spot to just get together and work, and I think that's really exciting. So, yes, Sarah, you are correct. We did do some flexible seating as well, too. So we've just got a lot of, as I said, a lot of different grants. I can't list them all because there's 430, but we always look for ideas and opportunities, and the health and wellness is really big for us right now, making sure our students are feeling good and know how to handle their emotions. We funded social and emotional learning kits for all the schools, and that's where each school had a stipend through our Director of Special Services to purchase breathing balls and those kinetic balls and things to, pedal things that you could sit at your desk and just pedal, just to kind of, for those fidgeters who can't necessarily focus in the moment, instead of them pulling them out of the classroom, they can stay in the classroom, continue to learn, but then they have these little things that help get rid of that extra energy and so forth. So, so website's really important. We also are on Facebook and Twitter, so we love to share information that route. That's the way that everyone moves these days, so we're jumping on that bandwagon. The last thing I think I wanted to mention was that we did have a Royal Family Fun Day this past spring. Most of the events that we host are, as I mentioned, 21 plus, but really we felt we needed to have something for the whole district maybe to come together and have a Royal Family Fun Day. So we had our first one. It was at Big Thrill Factory in Minnetonka. It was about 100 people attended, and we think what we want to do for the next one is have it on a school site so that everyone can come and you're going to know exactly who's a parent at Meadowbrook or who's a parent at Alice Smith. Just bring the whole community together again, because I think we realize when we come together, great things happen. So it's a huge district. We're spread out. You've got one of the larger elementary schools. A lot of exciting things happening here. So that's a little bit of what I have to share with you. I don't know if you have any questions or thoughts or ideas.